Hello friends, this is sixth video on techniques of administrative improvement, and in this particular video we are going to discuss social impact assessment, management by objective, and program evaluation. These three topics are not directly given in your syllabus, but these are the part of the hidden syllabus. Questions come from them indirectly in the techniques of administrative improvement. So we will see these three one by one. Also, social impact assessment is important for GS paper also, because that is a part of GS too. So learn it carefully. What is social impact assessment? As the name suggests, that what is the impact on social features that become social impact. This is very simplistic. I will tell you the exact definition. The exact definition is that the process of analyzing, monitoring, and managing the intended and unintended social consequences for both positive and negative of planned intervention. This is very important, planned intervention. So when we do some planned intervention, then we have to measure the possible impacts, or we have to monitor the impacts, we have to analyze the impact. So that is what is known as social impact assessment. What are the planned interventions? They are policies, programs, plans, and projects of the government. Okay, then impacts of social impact assessment. What are the impacts means long term outcomes. You have already discussed about the difference between output, outcome, and impact. So impact of social impact assessment is that it develops social capital. Social capital is similar to economic capital or any other capital. Economic capital is the sense that you have money, but in social capital you have a bonding between people, resources of having a backup of a large number of people who trust to each other. Say for example, right now if I have a class of 30 people, or right now 15 people are watching this video, so I have a social capital, or if I have a social banking of 15 people, so that is my social capital. So social capital concept is very important, just remember it, and you can use it anywhere in all the GS questions also. So social impact assessment develops social capital, builds capacity of the people, and promotes community development. Then second feature is that better development outcomes. With social impact assessment, we can maximize the positive outcomes and reduce the negative outcomes. Also, the social impact assessment builds on local knowledge and utilizes participatory process to analyze the concerns of interested and affected parties. So the people are participants by if the social impact assessment is done and local knowledge is utilized. Activities of social impact assessment, one by one I will tell you one by one. First activity is make design of planned intervention. Whatever intervention you are going to do, what is program, policies, or project, you have to make the design according to social impact. Then identify the people who will get affected. Then facilitate participation of the stakeholders, means the people who are affected. Make sure that they are able to participate and design such a policy that they are able to participate. Then collect data on social profiling. Then understand local community, what are their requirements, what are the possible impacts on them. Then describe possible impacts. Then predict likely responses to impacts, what could be the positive outcomes, what could be the negative outcomes. Then recommend mitigation measures for the negative features or negative outcomes or long-term negative impacts. Then provide suggestions about compensation for the people who are negatively impacted. Say for example, if you are building a dam, so many people will become homeless because it will inundate a large portion of land. So you have to have a proper rehabilitation and compensation package according to the social impact, not just the economic impact. Then advices on resolution process, how to resolve the conflicts. Some of the principles specific to social impact assessment are equity, that is equal treatment of every person who is involved, all the stakeholders. The reduction of negative impacts and maximizing positive social impacts. We have already discussed it. Then third is integral part of development process. Social impact assessment should be done for each and every development, because the development is for the people, not against the people. So people should be the stakeholders, they should have the voice in order to tell that what is best for them. Then socially sustainable development, you know that right now we have the Means sustainable development goals are the most important thing right now, not just for the climate change but also for the social harmony. Then build social and human capital of local communities, local knowledge and experience. Same thing, human rights should not be curtailed for the development process. This is very important point. Also, no use of violence or force. You should not use force in order to dictate the governmental policies or governmental programs on the people. Some of the examples of social impact assessment where the SIA is done is dam building, sterilization program. Like right now, is mostly the sterilization is happening for women. So we should measure the social impact of these particular programs. Deforestation, mining, road construction, Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan, midday meal, your Manrega. You can write anything, whatever program government is having for social development. What are the impacts those programs are having on the people? That comes under social impact assessment. Okay, that completes the topic. Then we come on the next topic, that is management by objective. This particular concept was given by Peter Drucker. He was a popular management thinker. Mostly he was a business thinker, but his concepts are applicable for public administration also. All right. So this management by objective is also known as management by results. Why this is known as management by result? Because objectives are converted into results after, because objectives are to be followed, means goal is set, and when you achieve them then they become results. So these are some of the features of MBO. First feature is that participative and goal setting. That is, the people themselves choose their goals, the employees, and choosing course of action and decision making. So this is done by a participative process. Here only management is not setting up the goals. The management as well as employees work with each other. They themselves with coherence set the goals. Then comparison of employees actual performance with the standard set. So some standards are set, and the employees performance is compared with that. And regarding to the set standards, the employees have to tell that we can do this much work, or we can achieve this much target, and all those things. Some of the features and advantages of MBO are, first feature is that employees have clear understanding of their roles and responsibilities. They have clear goals. Also, second thing is that when they are involved in the decision making, so they have this feature that their personal goals are also fulfilled. They can satisfy their personal needs. Say for example, if you are working in any organization and you cannot work for more than 7 hours, but if they are forcing you to work for 8 hours, so you will get dissatisfied. But if by MBO concept you set your own personal goals, and management agrees to that, and after that you can work, complete your goal in 7 hours and go home, like that. Also, when you are participant, so the motivation increases. Next is better communication and coordination between management and workers as well as cliente. The integration of personal goals with organizational goals. Production, marketing, services, sales, research and development, human resources, finance and information system. All of these are the part of MBO, management by objective. You can do it. Say for example, human resources. Human resources are part of personal administration, where you have to take care of their training, their recruitment, their in service training, then how to set rules for their code of conduct, and what happens if they do something wrong. So some vigilance thing, some anti-corruption thing, all those things come under human resource management. So that thing could also be done by management by objective, by managers as well as employees. They can set common standards as well as some personal goals. One of the best examples of MBO is pay incentives. This is same as Taylorism. Taylor also told about pay incentives. MBO also says that pay incentives should be there, and pay incentives are often linked to the results in reaching the objectives. So the goals are set by employees themselves, and if they achieve that, then they get some bonus or benefit. Reliable management information system are needed to establish relevant objective and monitor the reach ratio of employees. So this use of computerization management information system is use of latest information technology, that is computer technology, in order to give correct and concise information to the management, so that they can have a good monitoring system on the performance of the employees. See, all these things are theoretical in nature. You cannot mug up everything, but just remember that what is the basic feature of MBA? MBA is participatory developmental goal setting of any organization. All right. So just remember the concept. These things you can write it by yourself in the examination. You can remember this acronym SMART. SMART objectives are associated with MBO. SMART clearly defines what is MBO. MBO is specific, means then measurable means standards are set. Specific means goals are defined. Agreed means participative, that is goals are set after discussion between management and workers. Realistic means when workers are setting themselves goals, so that should be realistic because they have themselves agreed that we will complete it. And time bound means of course time boundation will be there, otherwise there could not be any comparison between set standard and what the workers are doing. So just remember this: SMART for MBO, specific, measurable, agreed, realistic, and time bound. If you are writing this, you'll get better marks. Okay, for any theory, you should always have you should also always know the both sides, positive as well as negatives. MBO is also having a lot of negatives. First is misapplication of objectives. Sometimes the objectives are not clearly defined because they have been formulated by participatory process, and that leads to misapplication, means the right objectives are not adhered to. Then second negative is that setting production target may result in poor quality. Why poor quality? Because the production targets are set by workers themselves, and if they are not able to meet the requirement, so that may result in poor quality. Means they may delay the, means the, with delay they get means like shame that we are not able to complete it. So the quality may be reduced. Solution: abandon objectives in favor of leadership. This was given by another thinker, that just leave the objectives and formulate better leaders, those who can guide the people better, who can understand the significance of environment as well as the present context, and guide the people. Okay, these are some of the criticisms. Some more criticisms are overemphasizes goal setting by the employees and underemphasizes environment or the context. Also, this is the major criticism, that this is self-centered approach. Employees might be prone to distort results because they feel pressurized, falsely represent the achievements or targets that were set in short-term narrow fashion, because they were not knowing that what could happen in long term, how much effort it will need in order to actually deliver the results. Say for example, I have promised you guys that I will complete the whole public administration in 8 months. So I have given myself enough time, like 1 week for one topic. But still, if I am not that much qualified, or if I am not able to do that much hard work, so I won't be able to complete my targets. So the target should not be short term. That they should not be set in short term narrow fashion. Sometimes employees are not able to set up right targets for themselves. All right. So these are some of the criticism of MBO, management by objectives. And let's see one question on MBO. This question was asked in 2014 only. The question is that is Peter Drucker justified in saying management principles should not tell us what to do, but only tell us what not to do? Here he has given a certain biased statement. He is saying that management principles should not tell us what to do, but only tell us what not to do. Uh, he's saying this because of his theory of management by objective. In MBO, the goals are set by employees themselves with the facilitation, or means with the coherence with the management. Now the employees are setting their goals themselves, they are working themselves. So the only restriction on them should be that they should be told that you cannot do this. Is they can set that we have to complete this objective, so we will do, or we will use these particular procedures in order to get the result. But there should be some rules and regulations. Say for example that they cannot just work after 9 p.m. in the evening, or they just cannot delay some work too much. Means if they have promised that they will deliver after 1 month and they are not working at all for 15 days, first 15 days, so they will be hugely pressurized for next 15 days, and that will result in uh, lack of quality, something like that. So you can now you understand that what Peter Drucker is trying to say. He is trying to say that management by objectives is the way, means objectives should be set, and the clear rules should be defined that this the employees cannot do, and after that the employees have to achieve those objectives. Now you have to comment on this particular statement, all right? So in comment you have to give both positives and negatives. If you are just telling that MBO is the best thing, management principles should not tell us what to do, so that is wrong. Actually, you should tell both sides. So some management principles are important which should tell us what to do. So that you can tell by quoting some other thinkers. So you should tell the limitations of MBO. We have just read the limitations of MBO, like narrow goal setting for long term, then too much emphasis on self objective, means too much self emphasizing, and not adhering to the context or the environment. Then MBO is means too much means it could lead to poor quality. It is too much objective oriented. Then other better alternative could be better leadership. So that way you can answer this particular question. You can include few prescriptive theories of classical thinkers and tell their drawbacks and advantages also. Prescriptive means prescription, like theory building. So this is the way you can answer this question. Basically you have to talk about MBO here. Okay, then the third topic is program evaluation. The program evaluation is a systematic method of collecting, analyzing, and using information to answer questions about projects, policies, and programs of government or any other organization. Program evaluation can be done by anyone about any specific program or project. Basically, it measures their effectiveness and efficiency, as well as it measures many other things, like how it will measure effectiveness and efficiency. So it does it by asking a lot of questions, like how much program costs per participant, how the program could be improved, whether the program is worthwhile, whether there are better alternatives or unintended outcomes. This you can think, like when some census happens after every 10 years. So what are the questions there are in the form that are asked with the population? Many questions are there. So that is like a evaluation process, but that is not a program evaluation. That is a type of survey. Program evaluation is done after some program is already implemented, and then the people go and check what is the utility of that program, how much it is performing, what is the real impact of that program. That is done by program evaluators. So this is very important for social programs, because impacts of the investment in social sector is largely unknown. We don't know that how much impact Manrega has on the poverty of rural areas, or the living standard, or how much it has impacted the distress migration. So these things can be measured by program evaluation or program evaluator. So this topic is completed. It has a lot of dimensions. I am not discussing everything here. Just know the basics of program evaluation. So that's it for this video. Thank you guys, and all topics and techniques of administrative improvement are finished now. So thank you so much.